EA Sports. It's in the game.
This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. What really sets Quail Hollow apart here at the Wells Fargo Championship, the brutal finishing stretch. They call it the Green Mile, and we are excited to bring you all of the tournament action. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Our featured golfer is already 5 holes in. Let's take you out now to the 6th. Early in the round, still holding steady, even par on the day.
Yeah, it's got that feel it could go either way here. Next few holes will probably tell us which way.
Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Solid play, heart of the green. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Still playing even for the day after the par. Well, Frank, an eagle is in play here at the par 5 7th.
And a 6, and a 7, and an 8, or a 9, actually. This is a potential scorecard record, the 7th hole. Many a tee shot has found that creek on the right, trees, problems on the left. There's no question there's a reward for a good tee shot here. But then there's a decision on, do you go for this par 5 and 2? It's not overly long, just over 530 yards. It is very tempting.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Frank, second shot here at the par 5 7. You having a go at this one?
Yes, but you still have to respect the water and the trouble around, so anything slightly left of that flag is fine.
This one has a chance to be close. That is just an outstanding shot right there. And now a chance for an eagle. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Has it now sitting at 2 under par for the tournament. Frank, I love a drivable par 4. In the modern power game, it really adds an element of excitement. And here we go at the 350-yard par 4/8.
Well, you're definitely going to love this one then, Rich, because it ticks all the boxes here. There's no water in play, just a few bunkers down the left and the one that protects the right side of the green. And you've got a really narrow green, so plenty of reward with minimal risk. Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus.
How did that not go in?
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
So a tester from 4 feet. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Trying to limit the damage here. This putt is for bogey. Frank, they didn't have any openings at EA Sports Basketball because, I mean, this is just brutal to watch. Here we are at the 9th hole at Quail Hollow, 495-yard par 4. Frank, it is the longest par 4 on the golf course. Is it, in your estimation, the toughest?
I think the green stops it from being the toughest, Rich, because it does kick in from either side. But when you see holes like this, there's no surprise why the Rory McIlroys and the Ricky Fowlers have won around here. This is just a great driving par 4.
Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. How about that shot? From that lie to get it that close, tremendous effort. Shouldn't be a problem here.
Just a fraction too aggressive. Remember, line and speed go together.
Sometimes you want that birdie so badly, and all of a sudden you're faced with a lot of work, more work than you had hoped for. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week, just a few too many pars. Second round coverage coming your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner alongside Frank Navalo. So long for now. This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Welcome to the home of the Wells Fargo Championship, where the likes of Rory McIlroy, Ricky Fowler, and long-hitting J.B. Holmes have all won. It was first opened for play in 1961. It has really grown through the years, and it is now played by the best in the world. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Navalo for EA Sports. Let's jump down to the golf course. Now teed up at the 15th hole. It is the final par 5 here at Quail Hollow, 577 yards. And Frank, I remember this hole well. McIlroy stiffed a 5-iron on his way to making eagle, his first PGA Tour win. That came back in 2010.
And the opportunity exists again here. Under 600 yards, plays downhill off the tee. Those two bunkers on the right are perfectly situated. That second one about 310 yards to it. So something straight at that one with a little draw will set up that mid-iron or long iron that has to be hit very high and uphill.
Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank.
Second shot.
Frank, we remember what Rory McIlroy did here in 2010, his first PGA Tour victory, a 62 in the final round. It was also the first victory for Rickie Fowler.
Yeah, and oddly enough, it was in a playoff. And in that playoff, Rickie just pulled out a driver and smashed it down there, then hit a sand iron to that front left flag, basically to gimme distance. Not only did he win in the playoff, but he beat Rory McIlroy, the then world number 1 in DA points. And that was the same Rickie Fowler that, remember, in the playoff in 2015 for the Players' Championship, drove the ball in equally daunting fashion over those 3 playoff holes at TPC Sawgrass.
How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a masterclass in short game.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Made a good run at birdie. He'll have to focus now. Try to walk away with the par. Just a little tap in here. Did the job right there. At last, we have arrived at the start of one of the most daunting finishing stretches in all of golf. They call it the Green Mile, 16, 17, and 18 here at Quail Hollow. The 16th is a par 4, 508 yards, Frank.
And this hole was made even more difficult when they pushed that green further left to bring the water more in play with the second shot. I mean, it's a great par 4. It's strong in every single department. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. This one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it. Send it.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
This for another birdie on this hole on the week.
Oh, and it gets a good kick. It's only in the first cut.
Not too
That's
bad.
not too bad.
Frank, I like the way he sort of starts his swing a little bit on the outside and then drops it right on plane. Good thing he stayed in the first cut, because just a couple of feet over, that rough is really deep. These putts keep the round together. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Just 5 feet left. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
A disastrous triple bogey attempt here. That hole certainly got the best of him. Triple bogey. Frank, the 17th here at Quail Hollow. It is all you want.
And a bit more, actually. The only advantage the player has is it plays a little bit downhill. But when you look at the lake in front of you, if there's any swirling breeze out there, it just becomes a nightmare trying to choose the right club.
Changing winds.
They have been a problem for everybody out there, but once again, you know, smart shot selection. You don't have to aim every shot at the flag today.
Frank, looks like he came over just a little bit.
Yeah, that one wasn't pretty, but it's still gonna get away with it.
Birdie try up next. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
Virtually no error in that putting stroke. Good putt.
Here we are, the 18th hole at Quail Hollow. Simply put, Frank, a player needs to hit maybe his best tee shot of the day.
I would agree with you, Rich. If you were to measure this hole from trees on the left to trees on the right, it's actually a really wide fairway or expansive land. But that creek that just meanders its way through the middle of this hole completely changes the nature of this hole. And consequently, You hit the nail on the head. If you don't hit a good tee shot, you will rack up something here. And I've got no idea how big it would be.
Steeply up the hill here. This is going to play very long. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Solid play, heart of the green. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Has his par.
Well, early exit for one of what I thought Rich was going to be the favorite, but their week's over.
Numbers don't lie in this case, in this sport, and now a missed cut. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Players. Good contact, good result. Up with the big boys now, Frank.
Well, we saw that previous tee shot go 310. This one's further.
Playing his second shot here at the par 5. down. Look out.
It's over. The green.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Playing a par 5, Frank, what happened on that third shot?
Yeah, it's a poor decision. But well, hopefully he can eradicate that from the memory banks and really knuckle down on this. Do not want to drop a shot or make 6 here.
And he's made the green. So they'll tap in. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Down to the par 4 12th, and it's a pretty short hole, Frank.
Yeah, Pete Dye often doesn't get enough credit for his short par 4s. This is a great example where one of the features of it is the blind second shot, just to give you a little bit of doubt on judging the distance.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Now the approach to the 12th, Frank. What's the player looking at?
Well, it's a fun shot here for the second shot, especially if you've driven it down the right side, because then you can see the flag no matter where it is on the green.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Just misses.
Now, just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Good stroke right there. That's a par and stays at 1 under. Let's go down now to hole number 13. As we check in on this early round action, we join our featured golfer, already playing well to this point. Couple of low numbers on the scorecard.
Yeah, it looks very good. Good swings out there and some good putting as well.
Well, you can hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. Birdie try up next. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
That's good work right there. Just a tap in. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Ooh, good effort right there. Almost made it. Clean this up with a tap. So with that, the score is now at even par. Frank, the 14th hole. A lot has happened here over the years.
I think it's the litmus test on the back nine. That's where things really start to heat up. It looks like a straightforward tee shot, but often the eyes wander to that water down the left side, and of course if you think about that, you invariably fire the ball towards the right where those hillocks and thick rough is and virtually no chance of reaching the par 4 and 2.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. Settles in over the putt. Setting himself up for a good weekend, the Wiley golf instructor makes his birdie. If you're just joining us, we're at the 15th hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 449-yard par 4. Frank, what's in store here?
One of the prettiest tee shots on the golf course, Rich. Once again, you're coming out of a chute of trees, big bunker down the right side. Really, you want to hug that right side, though. It gives you a better entry into this green.
Officials are calling that one around 310 yards. Frank, what's the key on this approach here at the 15th?
Well, knowing exactly where that pin placement is, Rich, there's mounding, there's that little gut out of the right side of this green. If you miss your mark here, that ball can easily finish 30 or 40 feet away. This is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
How about that shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close? That's good. These putts keep the round together. Oh my gosh, that hurts. Struggling a bit with the flat stick and a drop shot here at the 15th hole. Just a little tap in here. Well, too bad. He gives one back. Don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Players. Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. Second shot now at the 10th, and again, Frank, accuracy is at a premium.
Yeah, gone are the days to sort of thrash it out of the trees like Phil Mickelson. Ideally, coming out of that fairway, you're hitting to a green that moves to the right, so that makes it a little bit more difficult than what the mind's eye first sees.
That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. And getting ready for the putt. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. So a tester from 4 feet. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Now the time to be aggressive. Par 5, 558-yard, 11th hole, Frank. What's the key here?
Tee it high and let it fly. This is the big chance here. This is one of the widest fairways on the golf course. This is where you chance it all.
One player told me, Frank, that it's like a root canal appointment. You're thinking about 17 all day long.
I think a root canal at times would be more enjoyable than playing 17 on a windy day. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. These winds have held up all day long, definitely playing a part in the shot making we're seeing out there today. And now the second shot here at this par 5. This is a good-looking shot. On the green, short, but plenty of real estate between the ball and the hole. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
That was not a very good read right there. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Always nice to be comfortably inside that cut line. The wily golf instructor makes birdie. Now to the par 4 12th, and it's a pretty short hole, Frank.
Yeah, Pete Dye often doesn't get enough credit for his short par 4s. This is a great example where one of the features of it is the blind second shot, just to give you a little bit of doubt on judging the distance.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity.
Suddenly a ray of sunshine with that birdie.
There is hope. Now in the top 25.
Frank, 17 gets so much attention here at the TPC Sawgrass, but 13, par 3, is exciting in its own right.
It is, and it's actually more difficult than 17. One of the reasons it's longer, and also the green here. 17 obviously has two sections in it, front and top. This has, I don't think there's a flat piece on it. And every now and again we watch a ball roll all over this green and actually find the cup for the odd ace.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Getting set now over the putt. moving into the top 20 on the leaderboard with that par. Frank, 14 is so often a pivotal hole here at the TPC Sawgrass.
It is, Rich, and when you see a player hit 2 shots comfortably on this green, you think, what's all the problems about 14? But when you see someone stray left or stray right, you realize that 14 is a real bear.
Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
Frank, challenging approach shot here at the 14th.
Yeah, there's some subtle mounds in this green. One that comes in on the right, and then another one that starts to come in about 2/3 of the way down on that left side.
Strong wind here early in the round. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday, made a bogey.
Rich. It's been a very good workmanlike performance. Yet another birdie.
Into the top 15 on the leaderboard. Third round coverage comes your way tomorrow on EA Sports. For Frank Nobilo and our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's third-round coverage of the Players. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo, coming to you from one of the game's most famous venues, the TPC Sawgrass, home to the Players.
And home of the Players too. The PGA Tour professionals that play the tour, they basically run and own this wonderful venue. It is their championship, and it's one that each one of those players playing here this week would want to win. It might not be considered a major, but the Players, it is their championship.
Frank, the 15th hole certainly has the respect of the professionals.
But you're right, this is a positional hole where just keep the ball down the left centre. You can't go too far, though, because you'll get blocked out or you'll run out of fairway. From there, it's really about knowing where the flag is, what position on the green, because this is another green that's not flat. If the second shot lands on the wrong portion of the green, it'll finish well away from the hole.
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
To where the hole is cut, just about 190 yards, Frank.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Doing whatever he wants with that golf ball. Moving it left, moving it right, hitting it straight when it's called for. He's doing it all. Frank going for 2 in a row now.
It's amazing. Doesn't matter how close it goes. It's an extra shot. That one will definitely hurt.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Now the start of the gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18. Par 5, 16. Frank, Tiger made birdie here all 4 days in winning in 2013.
Fred Couples made that fantastic eagle many years ago. Hole bends a little to the player's left. You don't have to hit driver here if you're a long hitter, but you really must move that ball right to left. Oh, that's fine.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot. He's hit the green here at the 16th, but he's not yet hit this putt. It is a long one, about 30 feet away, and it'll test him. Pretty long putt right here. You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. and missed out on that second part. This will be a 14-foot putt here. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
He needs this for par.
Well, Rich, when you consider how many people started the week off just sneaking in the top 10 right now, that's something to be proud of.
That was a decent par right there. Frank, you think about heartache here at 17 through the years, what comes to mind?
Obviously, Sean O'Hare is the first memory. I remember Len Matisse messing the hole up. Sergio Garcia just a couple of years ago when he was trying to make two. And you're punished so severely at 17 for a miss, but you're rewarded too for bravery. And it's that fine line between being a hero and a fool. And it comes down to 137 yards.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Yet another birdie, and on the march, 7 under for the tournament. Now to the final hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4. Frank, is this one of the toughest finishing holes in the sport?
It is, because the simple reason you've played 17 holes and the job isn't done yet. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my eye.
It looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
Oh, my goodness, he just made that. I cannot believe it.
I was thinking he might get it close. And just a great shot.
Good third round, Frank, and a good spot heading to the final 18.
Yeah, to be in the top 5 right now, the caliber of this field, know that your game is good enough too, and a legitimate chance of taking home the trophy come tomorrow night. This really is what all those hours on the range contribute to, this moment right now.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Players. Welcome to the Players Championship, always one of the most unpredictable Sundays in golf. This is Pete Dye's masterful creation, TPC Sawgrass. We're located in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida.
And what a championship final round we're in for today, Rich. Whatever happens in the first 15 holes will only be exaggerated, accentuated. Your choice over 16, 17, and 18. Three famous holes, all with water in play. And we've seen just about every scenario possible over the last few years. Today, we get to add to it.
If you're just joining us, we're at the 15th hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 449-yard par 4. Frank, what's in store here?
One of the prettiest tee shots on the golf course, Rich. Once again, you're coming out of a chute of trees, big bunker down the right side. Really, you want to hug that right side, though. It gives you a better entry into this green. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Frank, what's the key on this approach here at the 15th?
Well, knowing exactly where that pin placement is, Rich. There's mounding. There's that little gut out of the right side of this green. If you miss your mark here, that ball can easily finish 30 or 40 feet away.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
That's all he wanted to do there.
Yeah, it's touch. And when you think from that distance, chances of making are almost none. So to guarantee a two-putt, well done.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. He'll take par and move on. Frank, you're one behind. Sunday afternoon, you're trying to win one of the game's great championships. Is this a spot that you love as a competitor, the 16th hole of par 5, with a chance to make a lot of noise?
It's a spot you cannot hide from, Rich, because you know exactly there. If you haven't looked at a scoreboard, you can feel it from the atmosphere.
Good contact, good result. Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards.
Second shot.
Down, little Sheba. Down! Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Trying to test her from 4 feet. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Frank, how early in the round are you thinking about the shot at 17?
Well, when you're playing well, you're pushing it ahead. Maybe you don't think about it till 14 or 15. If you're struggling, you might be thinking it early as the 5th or the 6th hole. But put it this way, when you make the walk from 16 to 17, you are thinking of it every inch of the way.
This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Frank, that birdie will help the cause. Now to the 18th hole here at TPC Sawgrass. 462-yard par 4, Frank, and another example of visual intimidation from the designer, Pete Dye.
Those wooden bulkheads that go all the way down the left side of 18 give you like an optical illusion, Rich. And there's not a single fairway bunker on the right to give you something specifically to aim at. So you've got to fixate on one of those trees. This is not a hole where you want to be looking at anything other than a specific target.
Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the hole location from here.
In the direction of the sand.
Looks like it. Well, too bad. He'll have to play from the bunker. So getting set for a greenside bunker shot. Frank, when I think of the great bunker players in the history of the sport, I think about Gary Player, Seve Ballesteros, whom you knew so well. What did they do that made them so effective on these greenside bunker shots?
They had an attitude for a start that was different. For them, it was they saw possibilities. And they would imagine the amount of sand. Remember, because this is the only shot in golf where you don't have to hit the ball first. So they would really choose the amount of sand behind the ball, whether that was an inch or two. Aimed the club at that and made sure they followed through.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. No damage done, made the par. That'll put a wrap on our final round coverage for all of us at EA Sports. I'm Rich Lerner. We'll see you next time. Presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Frank, a tranquil and beautiful setting with the Santa Rosa Mountains in the background, those crystal clear blue skies, but it can get pretty testy out on the golf course, can't it?
If you get any sort of wind out there, Rich, the sky might be beautiful and blue today, but that wind, once especially the cross breeze, then this course has teeth. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Frank, through the years, we have seen countless what we would call good ball strikers, great swingers of the golf club, but there is something else that separates those kinds of players with the truly great achievers in the sport. What is it?
Great achievers have more than one plan. I think most players, it's always good if they're playing their golf. But what do you do if your driving is off or if your iron play is off? Do you have a plan B? Great players not only have a plan B, they have a plan C as well. And that's the difference. So when you set foot on the first tee, you've also got to be aware of, what if my driver doesn't go as well as I would like to, or my iron play isn't as sharp? Can I still compete?
So they can turn 74 into a 71.
That's right. And at the end of a 4-day tournament, the 71 doesn't look so bad, even if somebody shot 65 that day. Remember, as you know, and both of us know now, when you look at 4 days, someone always plays average for a day, but they don't play bad.
Golf tournaments aren't 100-yard sprints, they're marathons. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good 20-footer here.
That was a good run at it, Rich.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Filling it up today. Beautiful putt. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Still even par for the day. Second hole's just 371 yards. Frank, are players licking their chops, thinking they need to make a three here?
Yeah, if you can just accept the fact that you're going to have a longer second shot than you'd think for a hole of 370 yards, then that's the first way to overcome this. Just put yourself a short iron in your hand. Do the attacking with the second shot.
Nothing wrong with that one. How about 300 yards and in the fairway?
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, the beauty of golf, we're not playing inside a dome with no wind. You have to be able to handle the elements.
You do, and that's really where the better player comes through. On a day like today, anything around par is going to be a good score, so just adjust your own mental path.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Frank, I'm guessing as a player, this is the kind of shot you like. Early in the round, short par 4, nice look as you get set for the approach shot.
After a tough opening hole, Pete Dye gives you a chance here. Scoring club in hand, if you can get it to the right distance, even 15 feet right of this flag, very much a birdie chance. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Eight-foot putt here. One under early in the round. Bottom of the barrel, and now they're 2 under. Frank, players had hybrids, some had irons out off the tee on that short par 4 second. Time to get the big stick out here on third?
It certainly is. The third hole you play, yeah, 3 totally different looks off the tee. This hole appears straightish off the tee, but well bunkered down the left, which makes you push that tee shot a little to the right. There's something about a well-hit shot. Well, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it?
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Frank, what's the best way to get at this hole location here at number 3?
If there's a desired shot pattern, it's a little draw off the tee and a little draw in. And the reason why, if you look at the shape of that green, it's on a 45-degree angle to the left. So it really does suit a shot coming in from the right. this is not heading in the right direction.
Looks like it's going to be in the rough. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one. Rich, with a lie like that in the rough, you're going to get too much grass between club face and ball. You're going to have to adjust for that and at least take a club or two more.
And getting ready for the putt. No problems early. Looks good.
It does look good. This bodes well. We might be in for a very, very low round today.
Frank, here's a case at the fourth hole, this par 3, of Pete Dye kind of messing with a player's mind. Just how does he do it?
Well, there's a straight line between that tee and the flag. That's the obvious thing. But if you follow the look of the hole down there, it's just the shaping of the bunkers, the little curving of the edges there that just take that mind's eye away, almost making it look like there's a little bit of a dog leg in a straight hole. Very clever.
Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. Frank, at a 72-hole stroke play event, do you like birdie fests where, say, 28, 30 under par might win it, or do you like a good old-fashioned grind them out where you might be able to win the championship at, say, 7, 8 under par?
Yeah, I like the latter, really, because I think it tests the mental fortitude. Normally, if people are in the mid-20s under, the golf course is a little easier, it's a little more forgiving, greens are flatter and all that, and therefore, I'm not saying it's one-dimensional, but it's closer to that. When you have a good old barn brawn out there with the rough thick and bunkers are difficult and greens are fast and undulating, every part of your game is stressed to the limit. And, sort of 10 under, I always think, is like a really good litmus test for a great tournament.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Makes the putt and moving in the right direction. 2 under par. That puts them at 4 under for the round. So we played our first par 3, now to the first par 5 on this golf course at PGA West. It is the 535-yard 5th hole. Frank, it appears as though it rewards precision off the tee.
And the Bombers too. You can run out of water at 335 yards. So for the Dustin Johnsons of the world and the Rory McIlroys, that's nearly doable. But if you can't hit it that far, it's quite obvious. You've got to keep it down the right side. And for those people, they put 2 little bunkers there.
This could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
And from the fairway for his second shot here. Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Good lie in the fairway. A good chance to make something happen here. That is a beauty, a real beauty. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. It is a windy day out here, Frank. My hat just blew off. This is going to affect the players' shots, that's for sure. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Wow, I thought he made that. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just 5 feet left. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking him for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
And with that putt, he moves to 3 under. Did the job right there. Frank, a long par 3 here at the 6th, 255 yards. Club selection obviously is crucial.
Yeah, and length is very important here. Something that can fly high and land soft is obviously going to make that green play a little bit bigger. If you get a breeze off the right or left to right into, this hole becomes very challenging.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Knocked that down for par, remains at 4 under. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Four under on the day. Frank, this is like a big water park here at PGA West. We saw it at the 6th, and here again at the 7th, a challenging par 4, 346 yards.
I've never, ever seen anyone try and drive this green. So it's just a layup. You see the bunker down there in the distance. That really is the stop sign. So something that's short of that, but really what I prefer is try and lay up on a nice number. Something that you got a full shot in, whether that be a 9-iron or an 8-iron or a wedge. You'd like to have a full club in here.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You'll need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. It should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. Well, that's what separates the good players from the great players, the ability to get it that close from that kind of lie. Frank, what's this second shot look like here at the 7th?
A good distance in here, and you can just simply look at the flag. This is a hole that should be taken advantage of.
Shouldn't be a problem here. With that, moves to 5 under par. So a tester from 4 feet. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Now we're at the 8th hole here at the PGA West in La Quinta, California. 559-yard par 5. Frank, what are the options here?
A good tee shot, you can certainly reach this par 5 and 2. There's a crosswalk that comes across in that vicinity of 330 yards. That's sort of the green light area if you can get it down there. Anything short of that, it becomes very much a 3-shotter. But if you can get it close to that crosswork that goes there, then certainly this becomes opportunity knocks.
Setting up for another approach, our featured golfer has continued that excellent play from earlier in the round.
Indeed, there's no better feeling in the world than when you know you're firing on all cylinders. Hitting fairways, second shot's just going straight at the flag. Right now, everything is working.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Settles in over the putt. So with that make, now it's 7 under par. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, as we arrive here at the par 4 ninth, 452 yards, I hear players like you often say, I'm going to take it on. What do you mean by that, and how does it apply to this particular tee shot?
Well, you have options, obviously. One is to hit it down that right side, which is your best shot. The easy way is obviously to bail it out down the left side, but then you're almost giving into the hole, like you're accepting you're going to make bogey if you're lucky. So in the end, you're forced to go back to option A, which is actually to challenge the best shot you have, which is down the right side.
So, Frank, we know that the players petitioned back in the 80s to move the PGA Tour event away from PGA West. It's coming back in 2016. But what did Pete Dye say about golf courses being fair or unfair?
Well, he said it actually, he tried to say it with a chuckle, but he always said that golf's not a fair game, so why build a golf course that's fair?
Do you agree with that?
I do now. I think everything has to align itself together. When you looked at the equipment that the players were using, wooden drivers and balls that spun around, they had trouble on windy days, and these golf courses, they really were brutal. But I think now that the ball goes further, the introduction of the metal-headed driver, the utility clubs, all of those things have made these golf courses really come back into favour again. Look at what Jason Day did in 2015 at the PGA Championship at Whistling Straits on a Pete Dye golf course. That's how you have to play the game now. We have to embrace change.
How difficult is this golf course at PGA West? Well, it was ranked 8th on this year's Golf Digest, America's 20 toughest golf courses.
Nice.
Looks good. Good contact, good result.
Nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Frank, I have to say I've been impressed by the level of golf today. Really came out here with a solid game plan and executed.
I agree. We've seen some great shots out there, and I'm excited to see how the rest of the round plays out.
Might go deep here in the red numbers. Player really needs to be dialed in here. This approach shot is not easy by any stretch here at the 9th.
This is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough.
Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, rough.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Frank, you think about the great rivalries in sports, the Yankees and the Red Sox, Ollie and Frazier, and in golf, Nicklaus and Palmer. Great athletes, great teams, pushing one another to great heights.
It's amazing how that's gone forward too, because Nicklaus and Palmer really became Nicklaus and Watson. Then there was like Norman Faldo, but some would say that Faldo Ballesteros, 6 majors to 5, was even more important. But in this era that we're in now, I think we're all praying for that Woods-McIlroy rivalry. Woods with 14 majors, McIlroy already with 4. That really is one to salivate over. Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Wow, Frank, he did well just to get it on the green from that lie.
I didn't think that was doable.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Well, you can see the golfer is just boiling right now after that miss and a drop shot here at the 9th. This will be a 14-foot putt here. Wow, that's disappointing. Chance to get too deep on one hole, and you leave it short.
Well, the good thing is he didn't miss it, right? It didn't go past and miss. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Okay. Still has a chance for birdie, too.
Right, okay. I like that positive attitude.
So not his best work. He'll walk away with a bogey. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Good round going at 6 under. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. There's something about a well-hit shot.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
Now the second shot here at 10. Good swing, good shot yet again. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
So, sizing up the approach shot here at the par 4 10th, what's a player trying to work out right now with their caddy?
Distance club selections is always the situation here when you have something to carry and something to stay short of. Really, this is an awkward length. That looked like it nearly got below the lip, the level of the lip there.
Can't believe that one, Frank. That was a complete horseshoe right there. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
6 under par now. Just a little tap in here. Did the job right there. Frank, how about this hole, a par 5 11? Long one.
Oh, it is. And, anything over 600 yards, only the longest it is the Bubba Watsons, the Dustin Johnsons of the world. The other ones that can get home on a hole like this. For the other ones, even those bunkers down the left side are sort of in play. You at least have to give them a cursory look off the tee. Nothing wrong with a hole, a par 5 that you can't reach. You still play it as a 3-shotter. And in some respects, you get rewarded for laying up here because that water that comes in on the left-hand side, that's not going to be in play.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one. Second shot.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot.
I'm loving that balance.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way.
Frank, what's involved here in the third shot now at the par 5 11?
Just really setting up a good angle for that third shot. This is when you lay up, it always pays just to check where the flag is. You want to sort of have a nice, comfortable look or angle to the flag.
And getting ready for the putt. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Continuing to play well. -7 now after that putt. So just a formality here. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Now the par 4 12th, only 363 yards. But Frank, it is intricate. There's a lot involved, isn't there, in playing a hole like this?
Yeah, I think this is where you have to work out, which clubs do you hit the best? Are you better with a 9-iron? Are you better with a wedge? Because that's the distance you want to hit it to. That's how you can be aggressive, even when you're laying up.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
All right, the winds are starting to pick up. Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. What's the right way to approach it?
Well, you've really got to find out, first of all, the direction of the wind. And you have to be certain of it right now. And plus, if there's a gust, that's something you can't, you've got no control over.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club?
He'll need to be strong with this. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Moves to -8. So they'll tap in. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, this is no easy shot here at the par 3 13th.
Yeah, 13th hole. I mean, it's so appropriate, the number of the hole for this this design by Pete Dye. Wooden bulkheads, I mean, they give you sort of that harsh look. And this is just an absolute scorecard wrecker. You get a little cavalier here, you just rack up a number. There's nothing wrong with just hitting it to the right side of the screen, just taking the three.
Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up.
Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh. Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right.
It's at sneaky distance.
No doubt about that one. That was struck with confidence.
So a tester from 4 feet.
Always take that. Good par putt right there. Frank, what's the best way to make 3 here at this 389-yard par 4 14th?
I'm not sure, really. I know there's 2 definitive options, hitting it down the left or carrying over the bunker. And I think that's another example of Pete Dye. This is one of those holes you never really know if you've made the right play until you finish the hole. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effort. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Good contact, good result.
That is tasty looking right there from just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
It should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, that's a formality now.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Well, there's impressive, and then there's mind-boggling. We're at mind-boggling now. 10 under par.
8 under par, 8 around.
Par 4 15th measuring in at 468 yards. That's in the fairway. Frank, can you recall a situation where before an important round, an instructor gave you one small tweak, maybe flare your left toe out, or just shift a little bit of the weight onto the back foot, or the instructor gave you that one small bit of advice and it made a huge difference?
Yeah, the list is too long, Rich, and it's normally just someone that you've trusted over the years, and we all make just little bad habits. Sometimes you're stooped over a little bit more than normal. You're not standing tall enough. The ball is too far back in your stance or too far forward. You're making a funny little move, or your grip is different. It's always the little things that add up to the big problem. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Well, that's how you play the game, right there.
Now the approach here at 15.
Look out left.
In this rough over there.
That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Well, the great hits just keep coming. Moves to minus 11 on the day. Just 5 feet left. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Par 5 16th is a slight dog-leg left at 600 yards. Well, this looks good.
Certainly is. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Second from an excellent lie. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Set for his next shot from a good position in the fairway. Frank, for players looking to improve their putting, what are some of the training methods they can use?
I think speed is always is a good one when you get on the putting green and you just practice trying to putt inside that 3-foot circle, because in the end all sports are the same. You're trying to focus in on the destination where that ball has to be delivered, whether it's tennis inside the court or basketball inside the rim. Putting's no different. As you get further and further away from the hole, then you just make an acceptable size circle that you're trying to putt within. So pace, very important.
He's set up for his third shot here, looking to get it on the green with this. See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Settles in over the putt.
he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
This from 7 feet.
Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Par bid here. That's how you maintain momentum. You make those putts for par. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Did the job right there. So, Frank, you arrive on the tee box. What are you thinking here as you look out at the hole they call Alcatraz? Par 3 17th at 168 yards.
Well, we've seen it all here, Rich, from that hole-in-one that Lee Trevino had in the Skins game all the way back in 1987 to people splashing away left, right, and center. No advice here. You can see what's in front of you.
Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet.
Frank missed the green off the tee.
Yeah, but this is certainly a tricky little shot coming up here at the par 3. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Perfect. And in the hole. What a shot. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count. And that is 9 under for the day. One great hole after another here at PGA West. The finishing hole, no exception. Frank, what can we expect here?
Great finishing hole. It's amazing. If you took the 3 bunkers that we're first going to see down the right side, this would almost be a nothing hole. But because they're perfectly situated here, they really shrink up that driving area down the left side. And this is just a reward for a great swing, a great strike, a great shot.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, this approach shot seems pretty straightforward. Just don't hit it left.
Yeah, it's a tough second shot. It's that visual. Once again, you've got that green that's angled to the left. But once again, like a few holes out here, you do not have to hit directly at this flag. You are allowed to move that flag mentally 15, even 20 feet to the right. There's nothing wrong with that.
This one looks right on point. Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. And getting ready for the putt. Knocking down all the shots today, now at 13 under. Just a little tap in here. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. What a thrilling day of golf. For Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner. So long for now from the Career Builder Challenge at PGA West.